Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Acupuncture is My Life. Now, today's episode is pretty interesting. Sounds simple, but it's serious, okay? Had an interesting telehealth conversation with an individual from the Netherlands, and the conversation took on a life of its own because there wasn't much expectation as to what's going to come or develop from the conversation when the individual, although he requested I speak on it in the future podcast, so I decided to talk about it today, was he felt he was sitting too much, and his body changed. After the past year and a half, almost year and a half, he just feels less healthy, and he feels as if his health took a turn in the wrong direction. And he wanted to know what that could be about, and what can he do, and can acupuncture help him? Now, I informed him that it's not just acupuncture. He's also going to have to look to help himself outside of being proactive and pursuing acupuncture. You know, he needs to look at engaging in, let's say, anywhere between 60 to 75 minutes of moderate exercise, which would include walking as well. You know, to sort of counteract the negative effects that, has overcome him, his health, his body. Because sitting too much, he was increasing his risk of an early death. And this goes out to everyone. You want to try and avoid, a sedentary lifestyle. You're traveling to work, you're sitting. Whether you're in a car, public transportation, for the most part, you're sitting. You get in your office, you're sitting. You go to lunch, you sit and eat. You go back to your office, you're sitting. Even if you're working remote, working from home, you're sitting. Then you go home, you sit and eat dinner, and then you sit and engage in some form of entertainment, whether that's talking to someone, or you're on your phone, or watching television. You're sitting, and it's if you're sitting so much you're waiting for heart disease or something along the lines that can just lead to an early death. You want to avoid sitting a lot. Mentally, sitting so much or sitting for long periods of time can affect your attention span, as well as make you more, easily distracted. Because the brain, when you're engaged in tasks throughout the day, it's less easy to be distracted when you're focused. So that's important. And it has a positive effect also on your attention span. Whereas when you spend more time just sitting around, you're more easily distracted. So that's something to be aware of, but that's not of a bigger concern. Studies have shown that, sitting too much and not, let's say, taking long, healthy walks or just moving in a meaningful fashion with purpose, you're headed down a path for a number of ailments, such as, like I said, heart disease, diabetes, but another key area is poor mental health, which could eventually lead to depression, which acupuncture treats, as well as heart disease, diabetes. But you don't want to get to the point where you're faced with these symptoms. You want to try to avoid that. Just by engaging in anywhere between 60 to 75 or even 90 minutes of just intense exercise. And it's not at once. You don't have to do it all at once. You go for walks, things of that nature. Sitting a lot can also lead to poor posture. That's because the human body was designed to move. When you're awake, to move constantly. And individuals that sit too much tend to eventually get rounded shoulders, and these next areas acupuncture covers a lot, which is they experience lower back pain, tight hip flexors, neck pain, piriformis pain. Keep sitting a lot, and you'll be seeing your acupuncturist for sure. You want to be active. So this is where I explain to the gentleman, it's not just acupuncture. It's being proactive to say, hey, this is what I have to do for myself as well. I'm not just going to walk into an acupuncturist's office and just drop a basket of problems, health problems on him or her. And this is why we're here. This is why Acupuncture is My Life is here. We're here for you to put so much information out there for your benefit. It's nothing to lose. This is for your benefit. It's free. That's why I'm constantly saying follow us on every social media platform under Acupuncture is My Life. And if you're a Twitter person, it's _is my life. You can also go to our website to peruse tons of information there at acupunctureismylife.com, and even subscribe to our weekly newsletter. So much to learn. But here's an interesting situation. This, especially if you're young, and I'm talking 20s, 30s, early 40s, you do not want to find yourself sitting too much. And I have patients myself that, they'll complain. They're working remote from home and they're constantly in virtual meetings. And I understand, but you have to put together some type of formula that's going to allow you to take breaks every now and then and engage in some type of movement, walking, jumping rope, stretching, things like that. Because for both men and women, sitting too much, you can lose your ability to conceive. That's right. That is an actual negative impact of sitting for long periods of time, is you can lose your ability to conceive children. I mean, studies have shown that men that have sat or tend to sit around all day, and this could be tied to their profession and then, sports and becoming couch potatoes, so forth, they double the risk of sperm DNA damage. Yep. Find the time to walk down the hall, walk up and down a few flights of steps. Find the time. You know what? If you're driving right now, do me a favor. Pull your car over to the side of the road. If you're crossing the street, get across safely. Get yourself in a position where you can relax for a few seconds. If you're carrying or lifting something heavy, just rest it down for a second. I need you relaxed, or as relaxed as possible. And I need you to close your eyes and say to yourself, acupuncture is my life. And then open them. Boom. You're brand new. It all starts now. You are brand new. Now, another issue is you can develop blood clots in your legs, believe it or not, which is called deep vein thrombosis. And I spoke about this in yesterday's podcast. Because this type of clot develops in your leg more times than not as a result of sitting still for too long. And if this clot breaks off, it can travel to your lungs and lodge in your lungs. Now, yesterday's podcast, I explained what happens when this clot lodges in your lungs. So is it really worth it to not find time just to move a little? Is it really worth it? Take a second and think about that. Another negative effect is your sleep. If you're sitting around, whether it's at work, home, if you're sitting a lot, you're not going to sleep well at night. I mean, there are several problems that's linked to sitting too much. And those can include snoring, long sleep, gasping, your breathing stops for a sec. Not permanently. And then you'll wake up and begin breathing again, of course. But then you can experience as well insufficient and restless sleep. And terrible sleep habits tend to lead to vicious health cycles in the long run, because I've spoken over and over about the importance of sleep, a good night's sleep. If you're active throughout the day and you find the time to move, to do what you have to do, to figure it all out, regardless of the type of work that you do, to get enough movement in, your body is going to beg for the rest at night. You will sleep through the night comfortably, more times than not undisturbed, but you want to move. You want to avoid sitting too much. You know what else is affected is your digestive system. Believe it or not, I thought we were supposed to relax. As the conversation went, as the question went, as it was asked, I thought we were supposed to relax after we eat a meal so that our food can properly digest. Well, guess what? When you're sitting, think about it. Your stomach is compressed. Your stomach and abdomen are compressed, become compressed. Just look down at it. And this compression slows down your digestion. And what follows is bloating and in some cases, constipation. I mean, is all of this worth it? To not find minutes in between what we're doing at work or while working or watching a program or whatever? Is it worth it? Because I tell you guys this constantly, health is wealth. That's what a wealth is. It's in you. It's not in the bank. It's not in your purse. It's not in your wallet. It's not in the safe. It's not under the mattress. It's not under the doghouse in the backyard. It's in you. You want to live a healthier lifestyle, longer life. I suggest you try and figure out ways in which you can avoid sitting too long. Because the pain also that comes from it. I see tons of patients to treat pain as well. And so does my colleagues. You know, lower back pain is pain in the glutes, legs, neck, shoulder. Chronic pain as a result of sitting too much. And let this go on for a long time and you're going to have some serious problems. So it's about moving as much as possible, stretching, but it's all about movement. That's what it's all about. Okay? And this is why I'm constantly saying you must make acupuncture a part of your life. Which is why I always ask, because acupuncture is my life. What's yours?